Hello guys, welcome to Essential BI. So today we are going to discuss about Power BI. So this is the very basic demo session of Power BI. So let's start. So in this session, what we will cover what is Power BI, technology comparisons, prerequisites, installation steps, desktop views, part of Power BI, data flow in Power BI, building blocks, licensing, types of filters in Power BI, and monthly updates. So we will cover each and everything one by one. So let's jump to the another PPT. So what is Power BI? So Power BI is a visualization tool developed by Microsoft because suppose we have a requirement to visualize the data in form of charts, graphs. So it means we are connecting raw data into Power BI, and we are able we are just able to visualize data in form of charts and graphs with the help of the Power BI. So Power BI is commonly used tool, and it's a very powerful tool developed by Microsoft. And second thing is it is also capable to creating the quick insights using the different data sources. That is the main plus point of Power BI, because it contains a lot of data sources. So that makes it very powerful, because it contains 40 plus certified connectors. With the help of the that certified connectors, you can easily get the data from the different sources. You can get data from Facebook, you can get data from Google Analytics, you can get data from LinkedIn, Twitter, and Snowflake, and Azure, Data Lakes, SQL Server, Excel, CSV. There are so many data sources are available. So that's the main thing which makes this tool to very powerful. Now, Power BI can connect to the software services, uh, also called as the SaaS providers or cloud services such as the Salesforce, Facebook, and Google Analytics. So this is the very basic introduction of the Power BI. So now we will discuss about the technology comparisons and what are the tools are available in market compared to Power BI. So there are three tools. There are three major tools are available. Like in market, there are a lot of tools available for the visualizations and reporting purpose. But most frequently and most powerful tool are three. So, and first number, Power BI, Tableau, and ClickView. So, if we will talk about the matrices, different matrices, and we can find the properties of the Power BI, Tableau, and ClickView. So we have to analyze the different matrices. So first matrices is free version available. So Power BI have a free version, Tableau have a free version, but sorry, Tableau does not have a free version, but ClickView have a free version. So in case of mobile version, so mobile app is also available for out of three. And point in time analytics is we can uh, like we can do the point in time analytics in uh, Power BI, Tableau, and ClickView. So this thing is similar to the all of three. Real time analytics we can do in Power BI, Tableau, ClickView. Just and predictive analysis, you cannot do the predictive analysis in ClickView, but you can do predictive analysis in Microsoft Power BI, Tableau. Deep data preparation tool, you can do data preparation tool is also available in Power BI, Tableau, and ClickView. Tools and joins data modeling is also available. So now um, we will cover what is not available in Tableau and ClickView and available in Power BI. So like natural language semantic query is not available in Tableau and ClickView. social media analytics is available, visualization features is available, and sharing and collaboration is available. So that is the main, that is the things which are not available and which is available in Power BI. So now, what is the difference between Power BI and SSRS? Because before Power BI, SSRS is a powerful tool of Microsoft to visualize and reporting purpose. Uh, with the help of the SSRS, we can visualize the data and we can also do the reporting on a SQL data. But the problem was SSRS is like it has the limited data source. Like if you want to connect text file, so you will not be able to connect text file in SSRS. You can take data from only from the SQL server, SSAS cubes, and store procedures. But in case of Power BI, there are a lot of data connectors are available. You can create data connections from different data sources. So that's why it is very powerful. And one more difference between Power BI and SSRS is once you will connect your data in SSRS to visualizing the reports and visualizing the charts and do the reporting purpose. So you cannot do the data modeling in SSRS, but you can visualize data. You can also apply filters and you can share your reports to someone. But in same case, while you are connecting your data from any different data sources to Power BI, then you can create a data modeling. You can create you can visualize your data, and you can, after visualizing the data, you can also apply the filters and you can share the data through the Power BI services. So this is the basic system requirement of to install a Power BI. So minimum RAM should be 1.5 GB and recommended is 1 GB. But nowadays the system configuration is very high. So if someone is purchasing a system, so already 4 GB RAM is inbuilt nowadays. So no need to worry about the RAM size. So CPU should be 1 gigahertz. Display should be this 1440 multiply 900, and minimum software requirement. So Windows 7 and above. .NET 4.5 is should be present in your system. Internet Explorer 10 or later version should be available in your system while you are downloading Power BI and want to install the Power BI in your system. So this is the downloadable link. So you can just copy that link. Otherwise, you can just directly visit to the Microsoft website and search over there Power BI desktop. So you will find the Power BI free version available on Microsoft site. So I will also post this link in a description box. So if you want to download that for the directly, so you can just click on and it will be redirect to here. So this is the installation step. So I'm going to skip this installation step. So once you will be able to install Power BI, so you will look this kind of the window. So you just need to close this and start working on a Power BI. This is a complete package of Power BI where you can analyze your data in form of charts and graph and tabular. So now we will discuss about parts of the Power BI. Power BI has been categorized into three parts. Uh, First one is a Power BI desktop, Power BI services, Power BI mobile. So we will discuss one by one. Power BI desktop is a free version available. So with the help of the Power BI desktop, we can just create a report. We can just connect the data source into a Power BI, and we can create a report. But suppose that my report has been completed or I have created a report, then what should I do? So do I need to deploy that report into a Power BI services? So if I want to collaborate that report and I want to share that report to someone, so I need to purchase a Power BI services. Then a Power BI mobile is a Android app or iPhone app. So you can, if you want to download that app, so you can just go to Play Store and search Power BI mobile. So you will find the app. So once you will install this app, it will ask for the Power BI services username and password. So once you will give a Power BI username and password, uh, you will be able to log in from your Android device or iPhone device. So once you will install desktop view, so you will look like this kind of the window. So there are if you can see, I have categorized the things in different way. So here is a ribbons, this is the report area, this is the visualization control, and this is the filters. And I have given these things, whole things, in a single page. So this is a page, and if you want to increase the page and you want to add more pages in a single pbx file, so you can just click on a plus, so page will be added automatically. So we will discuss what is report view, data view, and relationship view. So here you can see in a left hand side, report view, data view, and relationship view. So report view means once you have connected your data and you want to create a report, so once you will click on a report view, so you can easily create your report because you have already connected your data in Power BI. So with the help of the report view, you can create a report. And if you want to modify your data before creating a report, so you can just click on a data view. So it will be redirect to the edit query. So over there you can edit your data, you can modify your data, and you can made some calculations on your data. And in relationship view, suppose you have around 10 to 15 tables, and you want to make a relationship between them. So you can use the relationship view, because in a relationship view you can just create a relationship between a tables, so that your data will be reflect according to the filters. So suppose you have taken a slicer and you have 10 tables. So 10 tables are connected to each other. So once you will take the slicer from any tables, so data will be reflected according to the slicer. So now this is a visualization control. Visualization control contains a lot of visualizations, which is also known as tiles. So and suppose if your requirement is not fulfilled with the provided visualizations, you can create or you can download the custom visualizations. But for the downloading the custom visualization, you need to log in a marketplace. So you just need to log in here in a sign in button with your pro Power BI licensing ID. So once you will be able to log in, then you will be you can just click on from marketplace. So once you will click on a marketplace, so it will be redirect to the marketplace where the lot of visualizations are existing. You can take according to your choice and according to your data requirement. So and you can also create a themes. You can also import a themes here. So themes are basically in a JSON file. So if you want to import the themes, so you need to create a JSON file, and then you will be able to import the themes in form of the JSON file. Okay. So this is the Power BI workflow. Once you have downloaded your Power BI desktop and you have completed your report. So now the next step will be you have to deploy that report in Power BI services. For deploying the reports, you need to have a Power BI Pro licenses or trial version licenses. So once you will be able to deploy that report in Power BI, then you have suppose you have deployed that report in Power BI services, then you will be able to access that report from your mobile device. And if you want to access the Power BI services, then you just need to uh, access that app.powerbi.com, and it will ask your Power BI credentials, from which credentials you have purchased the license. So once you will put your credentials, then you it will be redirect to this page, Power BI services, and you can just deploy your report by clicking on a get data. So once you will be click on a get data, so it will ask for the system from data from systems. So once you will click on that, so you will be able to upload that file or data set in Power BI services. So this is the basic workflow of the Power BI. Power BI, suppose in very basic building component is a data set. So data set, you can connect data set into a Power BI desktop. Then you have to create a report. So after creating a report, you need to publish that report in a Power BI services. So once you will be able to publish that report, so you need to configure the data gateway. So we will discuss in a individual sessions about the data gateway. So this is because this is a very basic demo session, so we cannot describe each and everything in this session. So like suppose that you have created a connection from SQL Server to Power BI, and you have created a report on basis of the SQL connection. Now your report has been completed and you want to deploy that report in Power BI services. So what you need to do, you need to just install the gateway, and you need to install your gateway on cloud. So once you will be able to install gateway, so it will ask for the configuration of the gateway. So you have to configure gateway with your organization ID, so that you will be the admin of configuring the gateway, right? Once you will be able to configure the gateway, then you will be able to find your report, or you will be able to access your report. So you can access your report from mobile device, tablet and web. Now there are a few collaborations which can be done only on Power BI services. So publishing and sharing organizational content packs, row level security, group workspaces, email subscriptions, SharePoint modules. So publishing and sharing, if you want to publish a few apps, and that apps can be accessed by your teammate, which is sitting who is sitting in another location. So you can just publish app and share that app link to your colleagues. Then you can create a organizational content packs, row level securities, group row level securities means like you can create suppose that your sales is divided into three parts, and all the locations you can track your sales uh, like according to the location. Suppose you want to track your sales of India and United States and Canada, so you can just create a row level security. Suppose you want to share that report to the india India head, so he will be able to see the data only for the India, not for the US and Canada. And you can also create email subscription for you want that you will get that particular report in early morning in your inbox, so you can subscribe that report. So now we will discuss about the component of Power BI and building blocks. So there are five building blocks in Power BI. So basic building blocks has been categorized into five categories: data sets, visualizations, reports, dashboard, and tiles. So we will discuss in detail each and everything. So data set is a collection of data imported from many different sources to create a reports and visualizations. There are five broad categories of data set. that we can get a data in Power BI desktop. So file, database, Azure, online services, and others. So we can uh, just switch over the Power BI tool. So I'm going to access Power BI. So we can just check the subcategories of those categories of data set. So I'm just trying to open my Power BI. Okay, it's opening. So once you have installed the Power BI, so you can face such kind of the problems. Then a model could not be loaded. So you can just do Google, and you will be able to resolve this problem. So because so many guys are facing these problems, so that's why I'm saying. So it is taking too much time. So once it will open, then we can discuss another things. Let's open it. So we will discuss about the subcategories of the data set uh, once my Power BI is will be able to open. So now we can discuss about the visualizations. Visualizations, there are a lot of visualizations are available. So that's the main things which makes very different to the Power BI from the different visualization tools. So you can just create shape map, funnels, donut chart, pie charts, gogs, lines, tree maps to visualize your data according to the requirement, business requirement. So now my Power BI has been opened. So what I will do, I will just close this. So I was discussing about the data. So get data. If I will click on a more button, so what I will find. So those are the categories of the data. So this is the file, database, Power Platform, and Azure online services and others. And those are the subcategories from where you can connect your data in Power BI. So those are if I will click on a file, then Excel, text file, XML, JSON, and folders, PDFs. Those are the subcategories. So it means like you can take the data from Excel, CSV, XML, JSON files, and PDF, SharePoint folders. So if I will click on a database, so there are so many databases are available where you can connect your data into a Power BI, like SQL Server, Access Database, SSAS Cubes, Oracle Database, IBM, Postgres database, Teradata, SAP HANA, Amazon Redshift, Google BigQuery, Impala, Snowflake, and BI connectors. So those are the databases where you can connect your data in Power BI. If I will click on a Power Platform, so Power Platform means you can connect your data from Power BI desktop data set, which is already deployed on a Power BI cloud services. So you can just create a connection between your Power BI desktop to cloud services. Otherwise you can just create your report on Power BI cloud, because once you will be able to deploy that Power BI data set, then you can also create a report on cloud. So what it will do, once you will click on edit report, so it will open a online Power BI desktop. So the best way, like if you are opening a Power BI desktop from uh, Power BI services, then there is no need to save anything. Once you will create this thing, once you will create your report, so all the reports will be saved automatically. So once you will click on Azure, so you can also create a connection from Azure SQL data warehouses, Azure analysis services, databases. So there are a lot of things where you can connect the data those. So I wanted to show you the subcategory, so that's why I'm just clicking on that. So this is the report. So in Power BI, report is a collection of visualization that appears together on one or multiple pages. It means like you have 10 pages in your report. So it means it is a collection of the pages and multiple visualizations. So, and a second thing, a report may have a single or multiple visualization on a single page or multiple pages. So once you will create your report, so you will be able to like create your report in a single page or multiple page. So that would be also a report if you are creating a report in multiple pages. So dashboard, Power BI dashboard is a collection of visuals from a single page that you can share with others. So it means like there is one major difference between report and dashboard. Both are similar, but few things are different, because reports can be created only on the Power BI desktop, and you cannot create your dashboard in Power BI desktop. So you can only create your dashboard, Power BI dashboard, only on Power BI services. You can just arrange your tiles according to the business requirements, whatever is required in a home page. So you can just click on a live pin, pin this visuals, pin these tiles to home. So once you will be able to pin, then it will be reflecting on a home page as in a dashboard page is reflecting. So tiles means a single visualizations that is single visualizations means once you will uh, create a report, so you have to take a single visualizations to visualize your data according to the business requirements. So single visualizations can be tiles. So if someone can ask what is tiles, so you can say some like a single visualization is also known as a tiles. So filters, I was there are three types of the filters in Power BI. So if you can see here, so this is the filter part. So I have not recovered this thing, so that's why it is showing me a message. So filters, as of now there are three type of the filters. Filters on page, filters on all pages. It means you are applying the report level filters, and this is the page level filters. And one more filter is also available. You can just create a filters on a visual levels. So I will discuss in a separate video about the filters. So because I'm just giving you the idea about the filters, that how many types of the filters are available in Power BI, so that's why uh, I'm just showing this. So visual level filter means if you want to restrict your data, filters are used to restrict your data. So if you want to apply the visual level filter, so it means you want to restrict your data on basis of the filters, on basis of the visuals, right? And page level filters means you want to restrict your data on basis of the page, that you want to restrict data on in a single page. And but if you are applying the page level filter, then it will be applicable only on one pages. Once you will apply report level filters, then it will be applicable only uh, for the all pages in your reports. So this is the licensing of Power BI. So Power BI has, in terms of the licensing, Power BI has been categorized in three parts. First one is a Power BI free and pro and premium. So if we will talk about the free part, so you can just download Power BI desktop, and you can just log in from your school or a company ID. So and you can activate a trial version. A trial version is applicable only for the 60 days. So after 60 days you need to purchase a license. But the plus point is it does not require the credit card details, because somewhere if you are purchasing something for the trial, so they ask for the credit card or debit card details. So in case of the Power BI, it does not require any credit card details. So you can just, if your Power BI trial is over, so your money will not be deduct from your bank account. So that's a plus point. So you can use the trial as a trial users for the 60 days. You can use the same features of Power BI Pro for the in a trial version. Power BI Pro provides a 10 GB limits of uploading the data and creating your reports. So you can create up to 10 GB. You can upload your data up to 10 GB. Data would be in different forms. Data would be in a data source, PBX files, Excel files. So you can just create you can just take only 10 GB space. And in Power BI capacity, Power BI premium. So Power BI premium is as per the plan. So Power BI premium means your organization is purchasing Power BI premium, and your organization will allocate a space to you and capacity to you. So like your organization has been allocated to 100 GB to you, then you can use up to the 100 GB. So this is the Power BI premium. Power BI premium can be divided into a different clusters, and on a different clusters, multiple users can work at the same times. So now this is the licensing cost of Power BI. Power BI desktop can be easily downloadable from internet as free. And if you want to take the license of Power BI Pro, then you need to purchase it by $9.99 per month. So if you want you want or your company wants Power BI premium capacity, then you can plan your cost by clicking on a plan or cost. This is you can find this option from the Microsoft website. So now we will connect a data. So I'm going to connect data from SQL Server as of now. So once I'm clicking on connect SQL Server, so it is asking for the server name. So I have copied that server name and I will paste it into it. So if you can see here there are the two connect data connectivity modes. So one is the import mode and second one is a direct query mode. So import mode is basically you are importing all the data from SQL Server to Power BI. And there is one more thing. Once you are importing your data, so you need to you need to apply schedule refresh on your data on Power BI services. Otherwise, your data will not be refreshed if you are not providing the schedule refresh according to your plan. So your data will not be refreshed. So in case of the direct query just create a link between your data and Power BI, and there is no need to set up a schedule refresh in case of the Power BI. But you cannot manipulate the data in case of the direct query. But if you are importing your data, then you have a full privilege to manipulate your data. So that is the basic difference between import and direct query. And one more thing, if you are taking import mode, if you are selecting import mode, so you can apply schedule refresh up to 8 times. And there is no need to apply schedule refresh in case of the direct query. So as of now I am taking data from import mode. I will just click on OK. So it is loading. So once so once I have put my server name, so it has given me all the database which is existing in my server. So I need to take a data from AdventureWorks DW. So I'm going to take that table, account table. This is the AdventureWorks DW database. You can just download from the Google, and you can just restore or attach that database in your SQL server, so that it might help you to connect your data in Power BI, and it might help you to for the practice purpose. So once you will select your table, there are three options are available here. So one first is load, and second one is the transform data. So transform data means load. If you will click on a load button, so it will be load your data, load your whole table. Once suppose you want to do some calculations or manipulation in your data, so you need to click on a transform data. So once you will be able to transform data, then it will be redirect to you on a direct query. It will be redirect to the query editor. So here you can just manipulate your data. If you want to remove some columns, then you can also remove. So as of now, I want to remove a few columns, like, so I want to remove that operators. So I have removed this. I want to remove custom members also, and I want to remove custom members option also. So if you want to remove as per your choice, so you can remove. So all the steps will be recorded here. So suppose that I have removed the columns, so it means what columns I have removed. If I will uh, close this cross marks, so uh, my data from the previous form, my data will come from the previous form. So now I will do close and apply. So once I will do the close and apply, so it is applying the query steps whatever I have performed in a edit query. So you can see 99 rows has been loaded in a from a dim accounts. So now if I want to create a few visualizations here, so I can create a few visualizations. I will put account type in slicer. Now I will do some formatting. So I will just use the font color. I'm going to take this Arial. So you can choose also by your choice. And one more thing, while you are developing a report, so you can just create this thing view and actual size. So what will it will do, it will just give you idea which font family and font size you need to consider. So I have taken this. Now I will just give a title, and I will off the slicer header, and I am going to give a title is account type. So I will click on this, and I will set the alignment in a title. I will take this in middle. If I want to if I want that font family to change font family, then I can give a Arial black here. So now one more thing here, like if you want to control your selection, so you can just as of now it is a single select. So if you want to make the multi select, so you can just, so it means like you are selecting all. So now I am going to take a donut chart. So I am giving donut chart here value type according to the count key. So there are only two value types, currency and unit, and as of now scenario, in this scenario. So like so it is reflecting what are the liabilities and revenue.